What is up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today we got another video for you boys, man. In today's video, it's gonna be a really quick one, but we are gonna be talking about an auction house crash that might hit 2K in the next couple of days or even weeks, depending on when 2K actually drops the content that I'm expecting them to drop. We're gonna be talking about why the auction house crash is actually gonna hit in 2K within the next couple of weeks, what to do to prepare for it, how to save MT, as well as how to make MT in today's video. So I'm gonna get right into it without further ado, man. No time to waste whatsoever. We're gonna hop right into it. If you guys are ready, smack that like button down below. I know you guys see that like button. Let's try to run it up to 300 likes if possible. That would be greatly appreciated. If you guys are new to the channel, smack that subscribe button. We're on the road to 60K as well. Hopefully we can hit that soon. Turn on those notifications so you don't miss another video or tonight's stream, and we're gonna get into it. Let me show you guys what is gonna happen to the 2K auction house market in the next couple of weeks, man. Let's get into it. Let's go. Okay, boys, so first things first, we're going to talk about how the auction house is right now. Right now, low-key, it has already crashed a little bit, or crashed from what we're used to. Cards like Luka have kind of gone down. Bill Russell, which just came out, is already pretty low. Hidu has crashed. Porzingis has crashed a lot. There's a lot of cards in 2K right now that have just dipped in value, and there's reasons for it. There's a lot of reasons, and number one, or the first reason that the auction house crash, I think will occur in the next week or so. I feel like we're going to get another GOAT card in 2K. If you guys don't remember, this is what we got about a week ago. We got this Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously, when this first dropped, the auction house kind of went crazy. All other centers, you know, in 2K pretty much dipped in value. If you guys take a look right now, Galaxy Opal Center, all centers are kind of low right now. Like, even Bobo dropped when that Kareem came out. A lot of these guys went down quite a bit. Chris Bosh went down. Taco went down. Shaq went down. A lot of these cards went down, and you guys might be wondering, why would that happen, Logic? Well, when people start seeing GOAT cards at a certain position, they start to realize that some of these cards are actually not that usable, and prices start to drop dramatically. So that's one thing that I think could happen this week, is 2K drops another GOAT card, whether it's at the small forward position, the shooting guard position. It is going to drop the market quite a bit. So a lot of expensive shooting guard opals, let's just say we get a GOAT shooting guard, I feel like a lot of these guys are going to drop in value, or a lot of small forwards, whatever the case may be, whatever position we end up getting, a lot of these cards are going to drop significantly. So number one, whatever content 2K chooses to kind of drop, let's just say they drop obviously a, you know, GOAT small forward LeBron, let's just say, a lot of these cards are going to drop in value, including Giannis, including Lamar Odom. A lot of these are just going to dip down, and that's number one. The number one reason basically why I think that there's going to be an auction house crash. Now, number two, this Prime Series 3 set is going to be finally complete. If you guys don't know, we've kind of been trying to complete the set for a minute now. The last player I feel like is going to come out this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. That's just my guess. Whoever comes out, literally it does not matter whoever comes out, bro. The market will definitely take a hit, because a lot of people are going to try to look for this card in packs. A lot of people are going to be pulling a lot of packs, and obviously that occurs. When that occurs, sorry, an auction house crash occurs. So definitely, bro, be ready for 2K to drop a lot of stuff this week, and a lot of stuff that will basically drop the market a lot. Right now, I don't think these prices are going to be at all, you know, accurate to what we're going to see by the end of the week. So if you have any expensive opals like Giannis, like LeBron, like this Shaq, even Chris Bosh or this other Shaq, I would recommend selling all the expensive opals ASAP. That's just my personal recommendation. I'm not saying you should. It is 100% up to you. You can do the research yourself. You can figure out what you think the best thing to do with your cards is. But at the end of the day, what I'm personally going to do is I'm going to start to sell my expensive cards that aren't a part of sets, and basically get as much MT stacked up as humanly possible before we start getting this content later this week. So guys, you already know this, but the only reason the auction house actually crashes in 2K is because of a content drop from 2K. So obviously, we talked about a GOAT player dropping. We talked about the Prime Series 3 set, but we didn't talk about something we actually got last year that I think might be coming back to 2K very, very soon. We are almost at that July part in the game, and that is usually when dynamic dual packs actually end up dropping in the game. So I could definitely see us getting some dynamic dual packs that you could rip with MT. And if you guys don't know, man, obviously 2K, when they actually drop those dynamic dual packs, the whole market just goes boom, completely crashes. Every single card starts to become cheap. If you guys played 2K19, I know you guys remember how cheap some opals were. Some opals were like 20K after those packs dropped. So what I would recommend, bro, be on the lookout for more dynamic dual updates. If 2K updates dynamic duals this week, make sure to kind of take that as a hint towards dynamic dual packs and start selling off the opals that have duos already in the game. Obviously, this is Giannis right here is a great example. He actually has the dynamic dual right now with, I believe, like Sidney Moncrief. He is definitely going to be in those dynamic dual packs. So what I would do if I were you guys is sell this Giannis just in case, you know, you want to prepare early on. You guys can also wait again. I don't think 2K is going to drop dynamic dual packs until they drop one more dynamic dual update. So you guys can wait it out until the next one drops. And once that next, you know, dynamic dual update drops, that's when you want to start selling off cards and getting ready for a huge auction house crash. So boys, now that I talked about all the reasons I think the auction house is going to crash, which is mainly just content based, the content 2K drops usually drops the auction house prices as well. The second thing I want to talk about is how you could actually save MT while, making MT at the same time. The first thing I'm going to talk about is saving MT. So what I would recommend doing is obviously going through cards through your collection. So what I would do if I, was, to sell cards right now, I would go Galaxy Opal. I would go through and look for cards that I don't really use a lot. So for example, this Vince Carter, he goes for like 100k right now, which is not too much, but I would get rid of him. I would get rid of cards that you don't use. That is number one, bro. Go through pink diamonds and Galaxy Opals that you don't use, as well as diamonds and whatnot else. Just go through cards that you don't use. This Eddie Curry might be another one that I get rid of. Just go through all the cards that you don't use in your auction house, or in your collection, I should say, and just start selling them off, bro. You can buy them back later on for a way cheaper price. I would recommend, selling them before the market house crash hits, because once it hits, you're pretty much going to be doomed for some of these cards. Some of the cards are going to drop a lot. Like for example, Bobo, if you guys don't remember, Bobo was like 200k or so like probably a week ago, and right now if you guys take a look at his price, he's like 105, 110k. So if you guys didn't sell him on time, you would have lost a lot of MT. So the best way to do it is sell cards that you don't use. If you know there's a card on your team, like for me, for example, I'm going to say this, Pascal right here. No matter what happens, bro, even if he drops to like 60k, I'm not going to be mad because I use this card a lot. So if there's a card you use a lot, don't sell it. But I would recommend selling cards you don't really use, or cards that are like super expensive. So if you have any opals that are, upwards of a million MT or close to that 500k range, I would recommend looking into sell them. For example, this Paul George, man, obviously a part of the set, so I'm probably not going to sell him, but I might look into selling him as well. If you have opals over 500k, I would recommend looking into it and trying to, get rid of them if possible. Now, the thing I would recommend to make MT, boys, is number one, it's as simple as this. There's only one thing I got to talk about. It is to save MT. The more MT you actually have when this auction house crash hits, the more you're going to end up making. Let's just say you save up 500,000 MT. You're going to be able to go out and bid on some cards that you think will rise back up in value, whether they're a part of a collection, whether, they're very sought after cards, whatever the case may be. You are going to be able to bid on a lot more cards than the regular person who didn't save MT. So saving MT starting right now is a very important thing to do. That's what I've been doing. I'm at around like 700k, which isn't the most MT, but I'm going to lay low on the packs. I'm not really going to open up packs. I'm going to wait until the auction house crash hits and then start buying cards up. For example, one great example I could actually give you, boys, man, I bought a Magic when the auction house crashed last time, which I believe was like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, when we had a huge auction house crash. I bought my Magic for like 260k. He's already up to 360, so he's probably going to be a card that I do get rid of, before this next auction house crash hits, and then sell him or buy him back later on in the future. So one thing you can do is save up a bunch of MT and bid on cards that are going to go up. The way to really find cards that are going to go up, make sure the card is used by a lot of people. For example, this Opal KD is used by a lot of people. He might not be a bad investment. A lot of those guys, when the auction house crash hits, might not be bad investments. Obviously, don't invest into like Kyrie or D-Rose or Vince. Those guys don't really get used by a lot of people. So try to stay away from those guys. And yeah. And obviously, guys, sniping is another way to make MT when auction house crashes hit. But for now, we're going to be chilling with that. We're not going to talk too much about that because it still hasn't hit yet. Once it hits, of course, I will make a video as soon as it happens to let you guys know what you could do to actually go crazy and, snipe, especially during that week when, everything is kind of crashing price. Filters are going to be going crazy. They were going crazy when this, Kareem first dropped in 2K. And if 2K ends up dropping another GOAT card, or like I said, the Prime Series 3 award, or even dynamic dual packs, the market will be going crazy once again. So what I would recommend is, man, take all these tips into consideration. I know some of them are very simple. Some of you guys already know what I was talking about. Some of you guys probably already do this already or already have started doing it. So if you have, that is fine. Do what you got to do. Keep doing what you're doing. Obviously, don't take my word for it. At the end of the day, you can do your own research on why an auction house crash is coming. I'm just looking at the trends, and it seems like a crash will hit very soon once again in 2K. So you know what, bro? Save as much MT as possible. Make as much MT as possible. And get all those players that you always wanted when the market hits. Not right now. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today's video. Just something very quickly I wanted to address, because I do feel like an auction house crash is coming. Now, that is my personal opinion, like I said once again. So do your own research. I don't want to, kind of just say something and it not be accurate, because nobody can truly predict when a market is crashing. But if you guys want to use my advice, that is completely fine. Just remember, whatever happens is completely up to you, because I told you guys multiple times and I warned you multiple times that you never know what could happen. All of a sudden, all cards might shoot up in value. You never know. 2K is very unpredictable this year. And honestly, bro, I'm not really even 100% sure, but I do feel personally as if a market crash is coming and it is going to affect the market a lot, especially when 2K drops, you know, more GOAT cards in the game, whether they drop the Prime Series 3, whatever they drop, man, it is going to affect the market quite a lot, especially in these next coming weeks. So give the tips a go. Let me know what you guys got out of this video. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let's try to get the video up to 250 likes if possible. Once again, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'll catch you guys in tonight's stream. Make sure to have notice on so you don't miss it. And yeah, I'll see you guys then, man. I love you. Thank you for all the support. Have a great day. I'll see you guys. Peace.
Told me that I had potential. Yeah, he pull up, but he pull up in rental. You niggas don't know, you don't know none of my pain. Remember the days when I walked in the rain? I'm going way harder cause it's a new season. I do what I do and I got all my reasons. And when I win, I never feel like I won, cause everybody wanna be number one.